Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to take a look at my collection of school bus sales brochures, parts, books, and manuals, and a few other engine brochures and stuff like that. So as you can see, I've got them all laid out here. We've got this Superior service and parts book from 1963. I'll give you a quick look inside. Let's see, so, yeah, there's that. I mean, basically, just all the parts you would find on a Superior of the model year of 63, or before, I think, because you can see some of the older body styles in here, like that one. I think that's from the 50s. Let's see, I know there's some transits in here somewhere. There's the front end of a Superior. Looks to be a Ford. There's another one. Another one. Let me find the transits that are in here. Let's see. They're in here somewhere. Oh, here's this. This is an interesting door that you don't see very often, versus being the usual two-piece door. It's one piece. I'm not sure if that was really an application for school buses or not, but I mean, it looks to be like a yellow bus, so I'm guessing you could have used that for school buses if you really wanted to. There's the inside of a Superior. There are some pictures of transits in here. Here's one. Superior Super Cruiser. There's another school bus. You can see Superior emblem. And then there's the front of a Superior Super Cruiser. So yeah, I also have the Superior parts book from, I believe it's 1946. I could be wrong on that. You can definitely tell it's a little bit older. There's a drawn graphic of one of a bus. But yeah, there's the index, or table of contents. Yeah, pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure all of these diagrams are hand drawn, because yeah, they look to be hand drawn to me. So yeah, there's the Superior. Going up, we have a bunch of Ward stuff. This is a Ward parts manual from sometime in the early 80s, I believe. As you can see from this GMC Ward. And then we go back a little bit. I'm not quite sure on the exact year of this. You can see that Ward there. I love that body style of Ward. Let's see if we can find any actual pictures of buses in here. I think it's just pictures of, like, here's a picture of all the doorways and stuff. And there's a body outline with a luggage rack on top. And then here's the rear cab. There was a body. Let's see here. There's a good outline of the body. So, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the listing was wrong, because when I talked to somebody about this after the fact, he was telling me that the body was different. I think the listing said this was like 74. I don't know. Oh, well. So that's Ward. And then I have this Ward parts book, which, as you can tell by the body, seems to be mid to late 80s. And it's also the Ward Volunteer. You can see more body-related things. There's back doors. And this is when this is when the blueprint, we'll say the blueprint of IC started to take shape, because as we know, Amtran, which Ward was sometime in the 80s, early 80s, was bought out, part of a government buyout or something, and they renamed it Amtran, but for some reason they still called them wards, something to do with the family, I don't know. Look it up if you want to know. But anyways, you can see these windows in the back door are very, and the windows, I mean, the whole body is very, pretty much the same as a first-gen IC or a late Amtran, because this was, the first version of that. So, trying to find more good pictures for you. Here you got a picture of what looks to be a GMC or Chevy. There's a school bus signs. So, yeah, that's the parts book. Something's coming out. We got this fold-out, which is a wiring schematic. If I get that folded in. Next thing is the Amtran RE owner's guide, which I have this obviously. You guys, I unboxed this on my channel forever ago. I'll include it, but yeah, it's just an owner's manual for an Amtran RE. We got, if we go over here, we got some Bluebird stuff. We have a Bluebird body parts book from '78. You can see, I mean, this thing is really thick. Look, that's pretty thick. I think it's the thickest book here for parts. I'm trying to find a picture of a bus to show you. Come on. There's a rear end of one. And then there's an All-American. Fun fact, this one is a bus from somewhere in Ohio. And here's a Ford Bluebird. So yeah. And then we have this little 1977 conventional bus body operator's manual, which basically just, it's an operator's manual, so it's got pictures and stuff. Not too many really detailed pictures of the bus itself. You've got some outlines and stuff. And then we've got this Bluebird Minibird sales brochure. I believe this is from 80. So 1980, 1981. You can see, I've had this one for quite a while. I don't believe I've done a video on it. You can see. And then we've got this one. This one's from sometime in the 60s, Ranger by Bluebird. So this opens up to reveal that. Pretty nice. And then there's a little thing from Albert. We have that. That's pretty cool to see. I love in these old books when they show how the body structure, especially in color, it just, I don't know, I really like seeing that. You can see that. For a book that's from the 60s, it's in really good shape. So, and it's really colorful too, which I like that. You can see that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this one, but it's just really cool to see these old, especially the old sales brochures. I've got plenty of them here. Seats, and then here's back and front options you could have ordered on a bus, and side options and stuff like that. So that's the Bluebird one from the 60s, and then there's the back. And then I've got the ABCs of school transportation here. This one's actually pretty big for a sales brochure too. It's got a lot of really cool pictures. This one's from the mid-80s. So we'll just run through it real quick. Minibird. There's the S-Series. More body structure. Stuff like that. I believe these are colors for the body treatment. And then just more pictures. And if you notice, all these buses are different buses from many different places that they've used for this brochure. All the seating. I really like this one. Full-size Chevy Bluebird with a side lift door. And there's that. And yeah, you can see all that stuff. And then there's the All-Americans and the TC. And there's that. Alright, moving on. So, if we go up here, we've got a Wayne operator's manual for the Lifestar, Lifeguard, and Chaperone. I don't think this has any really good pictures of the buses. I think it's just got like wiring schematics and stuff like that, and little pictures of the doors and stuff. And then I have a Wayne Lifeguard parts book. Obviously I need that for 3. Just this book has been really helpful, just to see, you know, parts and stuff that I'm going to end up needing for 3. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And then we have the International 3000 Series chassis brochure. This one's pretty cool. It's got a little mailer still with it. Now this Thomas has an interesting thing with the mirrors here. I've never seen the mirrors mounted on the side of the hood like that before, so I'm guessing this is just a prototype that they tried when they first released the 3000 series chassis. So there's a little like a chassis and then body, and then just more pictures. They only use a Thomas in this for some reason. So yeah, more of the mirrors on the mounted on the side of the hood. And look at that big stop sign. So yeah, that's pretty much that one. You guys have all seen the Step Up to International School Bus Chassis, the Lodestar. I've got that video. I will link it. There's all kinds of stuff. Yellow Superior. And then I'm pretty sure I talked about this in the last video, but this is a bus from a district that's close to me, Mason. And there's a bus for Cam. If only you could find one of those now. So anyways, and then I've got some IC brochures, which I know some of you will be interested to see. First, we have this International Operators Manual for many different trucks in the bus. There really isn't much in there on the bus. It's more or less operation of an S-Series chassis and whatever other trucks are there. I've got the ICHC, which is a activity, it's a commercial bus. I'm not sure that they still make their own commercial buses. I think they just offer the chassis, which is called the ICTC. You can see the different versions of the HC. There's a front shot of a HC Platinum. The HC Platinum is a really good looking bus. Like, I mean, compare the Platinum to the HC Series Bronze. You could get this bus with a Max Force 7 or a Max Force DT. So, yeah, and then pretty much that's just it. So that's cool. And then the IC brochures. Oh boy. So, got the CE. There's a low headroom CE. And then when you open the page, there's a high headroom CE on a bridge. And a lot of these pictures like this are used in all 3 brochures. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this picture because it's a pretty stock picture of a first gen. Very good looking bus. Then we've got this, and it shows the instrument panel and stuff. And then there's this little card from the dealer about financing. Let's get you back in there. And then, yeah, okay. So FE. There's the FE. I'm sure most of you have seen these photos of the FE. Yeah, high headroom. You know what spec that is? Let's guess. Anyways, there it is again. If you can't tell what spec that is, you need to just stop watching this video. Yep. So that's pretty much it on the FE brochure. And if you notice, they don't change this picture from a CE's style switch panel, because that's what a Transit's would look like versus a CE's, but they don't change it. And then the RE, wherever the heck I put it, I don't know. I haven't, before this brochure, I really hadn't seen many of these promotional photos for the RE. Like, there we go. Looks like they were out in somewhere. I don't really want to... Somewhere out west, for sure. Could that be Arizona, Cam? I don't know. Side door. There's the front of it. And they actually got it right with the FE, or the RE. You can see. And then Adam's favorite, the Genesis. I just had to get this one, you know. It's really cool. I don't care like what kind of bus it is. It's just always cool to see the factory photos. There's a Genesis chassis. Factory photos of these buses before they were, you know, when they were still new or when they were being made. You know, it's just really cool to see. There's a cutaway of a Genesis. You can see all the factory photos of this bus. And there's a big emblem. Compared to the plastic, you can see the big lettered emblem. You don't see many of that. Underbody storage, light monitor, all that kind of stuff. There's a dealership map. And then moving on, we have this Ward. It's Ward, but you can see Amtran. This one's pretty cool. Got pictures of people. That's such a small Patriot. Look at that. It's so tiny. And then here's more of the stuff of the Patriot. You can see the...
That ain't no damn Vista.
Versus conventional. Then we have the Volunteer, which is got a GMC or Chevy chassis. Just more photos of this. This right here, it was sent with it. It's basically like this part with this on the back of it. So instead of showing it to you twice, I'll just tell you that. And then you've got the Vanguard. These are always cool. I always found Ward and Amtran Type A's like this really cool. I've always liked them. And then just more pictures of the Vanguard and stuff. Got a seating layout. And then you've got a diagram of the metals or steels that are used in the body and stuff like that. And you have a little color chart that tells you what is what. So that's really cool. And then you've got more pictures of the buses being made, which I always love seeing that. It's just really cool to see buses, even old buses like Wayne's and stuff, which I totally forgot to look at the Wayne sales brochure. Yeah, so there's more photos of that. Let's see here. Just more photos of emergency exit, wheelchair door, the front of a Ford, front of an S-Series, handle. Just some options that you could get on the Wards. And it keeps going. More photos of inside the factory. Photos of the Vanguard, Volunteer, and Patriot. This is a pretty cool photo of inside of a garage, dealer network, and then a picture of the Ward plant in Conway, Arkansas. Alright, let's get to the Wayne one that I totally forgot to look at. So this is the Wayne one, and it's got a little interesting card that says brand new Wayne and video with that on it. So I'm guessing somewhere there's probably a video of the Wayne plant. I'm not sure, didn't come with the brochure. But you can see all these old photos of Wayne's being made, and as someone who owns Wayne, it's just really cool to see all these photos. And there's all kinds of photos in here of Wayne's, and I believe that this brochure came out around the time that the Lifestar was introduced, because there actually is a little mini paper in here somewhere. I will get to that in a second. Mini paper in here. There's a diagram. You can pause to read it. Mini paper in here with specs this for the Lifestar. So, and if you stop and if you can read all of that, like it's really interesting to read, because Wayne had a very good product, you know, and it's a shame that they weren't able to keep it going. But there's a spec sheet on the Lifestar, and, well, this is the spec sheet, and this is a advertising poster type thing. And then this photo, I love this photo, because that's probably most likely what 3 would have looked like. And there's the switch panel. But yeah, it's just a real shame. Here's more advertisement of the LifeStar. It's just a shame, you know, like Wayne. They had very solid buses, and as I really like that diagram. And as, you know, someone who owns one, I know I've said that like 3 times now, like, legitimately, my bus sat for 17 years, with skirting peeled off of it and stuff, and there's barely any kind of rust on it. The rust that is there is on the surface, like, on the outside of the body, surface rust. Like, underneath, there is no rust. So Wayne definitely had a good product. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching.